Welcome into the video. I'm your tech guy Wayne, and today I'm bringing you my full new user guide on the Samsung Galaxy S24. I'm basically taking all the videos that I've shot on this phone and I'm putting them into one large compilation guide that will basically help you get up to speed with using this phone. So here's a rundown of all the topics that will be covered in this video. Make sure you watch all the way to the end so you don't miss any important information. The video is going to start with a beginner's walkthrough. So really walking you through the basics of everything from how to navigate the screen, the buttons, setting up your email accounts, downloading apps, how to do all those basic things. From there, I'll transition into some really great tips and tricks and teach you, other things you can do on the phone as well. From there, we'll go into how to mirror your screen to the TV if you want to play a video from your phone to the TV. From there, how to take a screenshot. And then I'll teach you what to do if your phone freezes or has any glitches. There's a button combination that will help you with that. And we'll end the video with how to factory reset the phone. So this will be a extensive video that will really help to get you up to speed with using the Samsung Galaxy S24. Do me a favor, hit that like button down below if you find value in the video, and also make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. Let's go ahead and get started. So first, we're just going to take a quick tour of the external buttons of the phone. So there's no buttons on the left side of the phone, but on the right side of the phone, you will find your volume up, volume down, and the power button right here. Now at the bottom of the phone here, you'll find the charging port, which is, it's called a Type-C charging type. So if you need to buy a new cable, you need to find a Type-C cable. On the left here, you'll find your SIM card tray. This is where you put in the SIM card of the phone. One important note, the phone does not take a micro SD card. You cannot fit those in the phone, so just keep that in mind. Now you'll notice you don't see a headphone jack. Now they actually sell adapters that will let you plug in to the Type-C charging port, and you can then plug your traditional headphones in, or they sell Type-C headphones now. So I'll have a couple of those pop up on screen, just so you'll have some recommendations for that. Okay, now let's get into how to basically wake up the phone. If you notice right now, the screen is dim, and when it's dim, that means that the phone is asleep. And to wake it up, you can either tap the screen 2 times, or you can tap the power button here. Just to show you, pressing the power button will wake it up. Pressing it again puts it back to sleep. Once the screen is awake, take your finger, put it on the screen, and just drag up the screen. It's a drag. You put your finger on the screen and just drag up, and that will wake up the phone. Now, right now, we don't have a password on the phone. I'll cover that in a later video, how to put a password or how to use your fingerprint to unlock the phone. But for now, because there's no password, you just drag your finger up the screen and that will unlock the phone, okay? Now, if you ever want to turn the phone off, to do that, you need to bring your finger to the top of the screen, and you're just going to drag your finger down the screen and then drag it down a second time. And when you do that, a button is going to pop up next to the settings wheel. This is how you get to the settings of the phone here. To the left here, you have the power button, and you can tap on that and simply tap on power off, and that's how you turn the phone off. Or you can tap the restart button to restart the phone. So just some things to note. Now we'll go over more about this menu up here, but I just wanted to show you that's how you turn the phone off. Now, navigating the phone really happens through these 3 buttons at the bottom here. So this is the home button, this is the recent apps button, and this is the back button. Let's start with the home button and kind of explain what this does. So right now we're on what is called the home screen. And so you'll have these little icons that'll be on the screen. Now, those icons are basically apps. Now, what is an app? Think of how a computer has programs, phones have apps or applications. So apps is just short for applications. So if you ever hear me reference these icons, I'm just referring to the apps. These are the programs of the phone, okay? If I ever go into one of these little apps or programs and I want to get back to this screen, I simply am going to tap this home button at the bottom of the screen. For example, This is the web browser right here. If I tap on the web browser, it's going to take me to the internet where I can do a web search. But if I want to go back to that home screen, I'm just going to tap on this home button right here, and that'll take me back to the home screen. That's all this button does. It just takes you right back to your main home screen. Okay? When in doubt, if you hit the wrong thing, don't worry. Just simply tap the home screen or the home button at the bottom of the screen here. Now, to the left, we have what is called the Recent Apps button. If we ever open up one of these little apps, for example, I have the web browser opened. If I hit the home button and I go back to the home screen, that program or that app is still running in the background. And if I want to get back to it, I can obviously tap on the icon here, or I can tap on the Recent Apps button, and it will show me what apps are still running in the background of the phone. And all I can do is just tap on it, and I can get right back to it and continue using the web browser. Now, if you want to close an app because you're not using it anymore, tap on the Recent Apps, and you're just going to swipe up like this, or drag up, and that will close out that application. You can also tap the Close All button, and that will close all of the apps that are running in the background, which is a very wise thing to do because it will keep your phone running nice and fast and smooth because you won't have all these things running in the background. Okay, next let's move on to the back button. And all this does, it just takes you back one step. Here's a good example. Take your finger, bring it to the top of the screen and just drag down the screen. And that's going to bring up this little menu here. Let's tap on this settings wheel. This is our shortcut to get to the settings menu. And here, let's say I'm in the settings right now, and let's say I go to the display, and I were to go to camera cutout. Now, if I want to go back one screen, I can either tap on this arrow that's all the way in the upper left corner, or I can use my back arrow right here, or back button, to go back one step. If you want to keep going back, just press it again. Now we're on the main page of the settings, and if I press it again, it's going to take me out of settings and back to the home screen. So all this does, it just takes you back one step. That's all it does. Okay? These are the main three buttons you will use to navigate the phone. And that aside from simply just touching the different options that you see. So home, recent apps, back button. So far, if you're following me and you're learning and the video is helpful, make sure you bump that like button. Let's move into the next section. We're going to go over another section of the phone, which is called the notification panel or notification menu. We're going to take our finger, we're going to drag it down the screen, and you'll see what is called the notification panel. Now, one thing to note, the camera is in the center of the screen. If you drag down from the left, the menu looks like this. If you drag down to the right of the camera, the menu will look like this. So just note that what I'm referring to is when you drag down from the left side of the screen, because this is the simplified menu of notifications. This is the advanced menu. Now guess what? If I drag down the left once, I see this. If I drag a second time, I get that same menu. So I don't want you to be confused. I just want you to make sure when you drag down, you always drag down to the left of the camera, okay? So in this menu, you'll find messages and notifications from all of your apps or programs. For example, if you get a new email, it'll show up in here. If you get a new text message, it'll show up in here. If you have a Facebook notification, it'll show up in here. This is the main control center for all your notifications. If a message comes through, you'll normally see it first in that menu. And you can just scroll through all the notifications. And once you read it, you just simply swipe left on that notification to get rid of it. Now, if you'd like to learn more about that notification, you just tap on it and it'll take you into that app, and you can read the full message and you can respond to it as well. Now, let's swipe down again. You'll find a few other things here. You'll find what are called your switches, and these are basically shortcuts to the most used settings or functions on the phone. So in the top left here, you'll find what is called the Wi-Fi switch, and this is how you turn your Wi-Fi on and off. Right now, it's lit up white. That means my Wi-Fi is turned on. But if I tap it, and now it's grayed out, that means my Wi-Fi is turned off. Okay? If I want to turn it back on, I simply just tap on it just like that. It lights up, and you'll see in a few seconds, my Wi-Fi icon is going to show up at the top here, letting me know I'm connected. Now, if you want to connect to a Wi-Fi network, you're simply going to take your finger, and instead of tapping on that button, you want to hold down on it like this. If you keep your finger there for 1 second, it'll bring up a menu, and it'll show you all the available Wi-Fi networks. So obviously I'm already connected to my network, but in your case, let me take you back there. In your case, you may not be connected to a network yet, and so therefore you can scroll through the list to find your network, and then you would simply tap on it, and then actually let's tap on this one. You'll get a pop-up. It'll ask you to then enter the password. You'll type in the password, hit connect, and then it will connect you to your home network. Okay? Now, just to show you one more time, if I hold down on it, it's going to take me to this menu. And if I tap on any one of these networks, it's going to take me all the way in to that section of the settings that deals with that option. And these are all the different networks that are available. Okay. Same goes for Bluetooth. Tapping it will turn it off. Tapping it will turn it on. And I'll get a pop-up here of some of the different Bluetooth devices I can connect to right now. So you'll find in this menu just different shortcuts to the most frequently used settings. This option here is how you control your volume. So notice it's a little speaker and it has a slash over it because the phone right now is on vibrate. If I tap it again, when this is grayed out, it means that my sound is completely turned off. If I get a call or a text message, the phone is not going to make a noise. Now, if I tap it again and you just see the speaker, that means that your sound is fully turned on. If you get a call, the phone is going to ring. If you get a text, then same thing, the phone is going to make a noise. So this is sound on. Sorry, I hit the wrong thing. This is sound on. This is the vibrate icon. This is sound off. That's how you toggle between your different sound settings. Okay. You also have airplane mode. You have your flashlight. If you tap on the flashlight, it'll use the camera flash as your flashlight. Very useful there. And if we swipe down further, this is where you'll get a list of more options. So for example, your personal hotspot you can use to power your tablet or computer, your power saving mode, your GPS. So you have all these other options as well. You also have your brightness meter. You can use this to make the screen brighter or dimmer. You have your eye comfort shield. So if the screen is too bright, you can tap this and it will put a tint over the screen so that it's not so bright. And you have your smart view option, which will let you mirror your phone to a Samsung Smart TV or to a Google Chromecast. So these are just a few of your options. You can also swipe left. There's another page with some other shortcuts here too. Again, these are just different switches that will help you get to important settings features faster. Okay. Now, that really is the second part of the tour of just navigating the phone. Now, we're going to move on to the next section, which is how to download apps on the phone so you can get more programs. But first, I want to show you, where do you find the apps on the phone? Well, you swipe up on the home screen or you drag up like this quickly, and this will take you to your app screen. And then you can see all the different apps that are on the phone. I clearly have a lot more because I've been using this phone for a while. But these are all the apps or programs that are on the phone. Now, if you want to get a new app, what you'll need to do, let's hit our home button. We're going to tap on the Play Store. The Play Store is basically the digital store where all the apps are found. Let's go into it now. Now, one important note before I get into just explaining the Play Store more, if you have not signed into your Gmail account yet, then you will not see this on your screen. So it's important to note, if your screen doesn't show this, if your screen says, hey, sign into your Google account, it means that you need to either sign into your Google account, or you might say, I don't have a Google account. And in that case, you need to basically hit the button that says create an account or get an account. It takes 1 minute to set up an account. It's free. And once that's set up, it'll give you access to the store where you can then download applications to the phone. So now that we're in the App Store, let's just give a quick overview of how this works. So at the bottom of the screen, you'll see some categories. You'll see games, apps. You'll have a search button. You'll have offers and books. Now, if there's a specific app that you're trying to download, you'll want to tap on search. And then you'll get this search box pop at the top of the screen, and we'll tap in the box and you can type in the name of the application you want to download. Maybe you want to find a chess game. You would type in chess. And in the bottom right corner, you'll see a magnifying glass. Tap on the magnifying glass. And now you'll see some different chess games. Now, if you're saying, well, how do I know which one to download? Well, you can simply tap on one of these and you can swipe up and you can look at pictures of what the app actually looks like. And you can see if you like how the app looks. And normally, if you like how it looks, simply you're going to just swipe back up and tap on this blue install button, and this will begin to install and download the app on the phone. Really easy. Now, one important thing to note, not all apps are free. Some apps do have to be paid for. So I just want to show you this Sudoku game. It's free, and I know it's free because this blue button says install. However, if the blue button said a price, for example, if it said 99 cents, that's how you know it's not free. And then you have to make sure that that's an app that you want to try, because once you download it, you can't return it. Okay? Okay. Now guess what? I want to get out of this Sudoku app or this screen. I'm going to use my back button. Now take me back to my chess game. Now guess what? The app has downloaded, and I know it's downloaded because I don't see that blue install button anymore. It just says play. So I can simply tap on play and it will take me right into that app. And then I can begin experiencing what the chess.com app is like. Let's hit our home button. Now, what if you say, I don't want to play chess right now. I want to play later. How do I find that app later when I want to play it? Well, take your finger. We're going to again drag up the screen and look for the chess app. Now the apps are in order by alphabetical. So here it is. Here's our chess app. I can simply tap on the chess icon and it will take me right back to the app, just like that. So that's the process to download an app. Now I want to show you a little trick that will make it easier for you to download an app. Let's go back to the Play Store. Now I'm going to hit the back button and I'm back on the search page. I'm going to tap on the search button again, and then I'm going to tap search apps and games. Now notice there is a microphone to the right of the search box. Now guess what? I can simply tap on this microphone and then I can just say the name of the app that I want to download and it'll search for me. You don't even have to type it, just like this. Price is Right slots. So just like that, it will type in the words for you, and then it'll give me recommendations based on what I asked for. Let's see. Here's a Price is Right bingo game. So that's not what I want. I'm going to hit the back button. Let's see. My Vegas slots. Let's see. Nope, those aren't prices right either. There used to be a slot machine game that was Price is Right theme. I guess they don't have it anymore. But anyway, the point is, tapping that microphone is what will allow you to search with your voice. And it comes in very helpful if you really don't know how to spell the app you're trying to download, or you're just trying to save some time. So let's hit the home button. And it concludes our section in talking about downloading apps. Just as a reminder, remember, when you're on the home screen, swipe up, and that's what takes you to what is called your app drawer. And you can scroll through here to find all the apps on the phone. Now on the first page, you'll find these 3 folders that most people overlook. If you tap on the Google folder or Microsoft folder or Samsung folder, there are apps inside of these folders. So for example, the Smart Switch app or Smart Things. So you might be trying to find a certain app and you can't find it. It could be in a folder, and these are the main 3 folders that will come installed on the phone. Now, so far, if you found the video helpful and you're learning, I'm happy to hear that. Please make sure you bump that like button and make sure you subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Next, let's go over how to make a call. First, I'm going to make a call so you can see what it's going to look like when the call comes through, and I'll show you how to answer it. And then we'll turn around and I'll show you how to make an outgoing call. Okay, so a call is coming through. What you're gonna do is take your finger, put it on the little green bubble and drag up. And that's how you answer a call. Now, when you want to put the phone on speaker, you can tap speaker button. And finally, when you want to end the call, you're gonna hit the red button to end the call. So again, pretty self-explanatory. You just drag up on that little green circle if you want to answer the call. And to the right, if you don't want to answer the call, you drag on the red phone button and that will decline the call. Now, there's one more thing that you'll want to know, which is there's a way to decline the call and send a message. So right here, it says send a message. If you just swipe up, it'll give you 3 options. You can have it decline the call and send a text message reply and say, oh, please text me, I'll call you later, or can you call me back? Here you go. This way it declines the call, but it also sends them a message and lets them know, hey, I can't talk right now, I'll call you later, or please text me. Now let's go over how you initiate a call. First, you want to tap on the green phone button in the bottom left corner and tap on keypad. And you'll simply type in the phone number. Type in the phone number, and you want to put in the area code. And then you're going to tap the green phone button in the center, and that will initiate the call. Okay. And when you want to hang up, once again, press the red button to decline. Next, let's go over how to send a text message. Right next to the phone app, you'll find the text message icon. You're going to tap on that. And this is our text message menu here. And basically you'll see any text messages that have been sent to you. And if you want to read it, you'll simply tap on the message and you'll see the phone number of who the message is from. You'll see what the message is here. You'll see some suggested responses that you can simply tap and it'll automatically send those responses. Or you can tap in the box that says text message right here. And when you tap in the box, it'll bring up the keyboard, which will allow you to then type, hi. Now, this is the send button. When you're ready to send your message, you're going to hit that button to send it. Now, if you want to attach a picture to the message, you're going to tap on this little icon. So it says text message. Right next to it is this little icon here. And here, you can find all the pictures you've taken on the phone and simply tap on a picture and add it to the message. For example, I'm going to just tap on this picture here. And by tapping it, it's going to add it to the message. And then when I'm ready to send the message, I can simply hit, again, the send button to send it. Now, to the left here, you'll see a little emoji icon, a little smiley face. And when you tap on that, it will take you to emojis, and you can scroll through here to see a list of these cool emojis to add to your message. You can tap on this little stop sign to add it to the message here. Now, you'll also find GIFs. If you tap on GIFs, here you'll find these really fun messages that you can add to the text as well. For example, I can tap on excited and tap on this. And then when you're done adding whatever you want to add to the message, hit your back button. That'll take you out. You may have to hit it a couple of times. And now I have the GIF attached to the message, and I have this little emoji, and I can hit this button to send it off. So that's how you add those fun little visual messages or an emoji. Now, one more thing I want to show you. There is a pop-up here. This is a record option. You can actually record a message and attach the message to the text message. So watch this. I'm going to hold down here and it will begin to record my voice. But the catch is you have to hold down on that button. Let me show you one more time. So this is the button here. You put your finger on the button and you keep your finger there, and it will begin recording a message. Now, if you swipe up, then it will continue to record even without you holding the button. So now I can record a message. Hey, just wanted to say good morning. Hope you have a great day. And then you can simply hit the stop button to stop the message, or you can hit attach to attach it right to the message. You can also listen to the recording before you send it by hitting this button here. And it will begin. And maybe you change your mind and decide you don't want to attach it. No problem. Simply hit the X right above the message, and that will delete that recording. Now, one more important thing that I think you guys will appreciate, if I tap in the box that says text messages, maybe I want to type a message. Well, I want to put a message, but I don't want to type it. I just want to say it, and I want it to type a message for me. So in that case, you're going to tap on this microphone that you see at the top of the keyboard here. And then it will begin to listen, and then it will begin to transcribe everything you say and add it into the message. When you're done, hit the arrow here, and it has now added everything I said to the message. And if I want to send it, I'm going to hit this button here to send it off. So that's a brief rundown of how to basically type and send a text message, the different things you can do. Now, I want you to notice, I initially went into a message that was already open, but if you want to create a new text message, you would tap on this box in the bottom right corner, which is this little icon here. When you tap there, it will allow you to type in a name or a phone number and start a brand new message, just like this. I'm going to type in a phone number. So type in the phone number with the area code and then tap send to, and then tap there. And now it will start a brand new message with that phone number. Okay. Now, one more important thing to note, if you want to create a group message and you want to send a text to multiple people, you tap on this icon here that's right next to the phone. This is the group message icon. And when you tap on there, it will then allow you to type in another phone number and add it to the group so you can send them a text message. Okay? So that's a brief rundown of how text messages work. And it's really easy to communicate. I would encourage you to watch this section multiple times just so you can get used to all the different things that are available in sending text messages. Next, let's go over how to set up your email. Now, if you swipe up on the home screen, it'll take us to our app drawer. Go to the Google folder in the upper left corner, it says Google, and tap on Gmail. Now, I'm already signed into my email account, but I want to show you how to add your email account. And if you have multiple email accounts, you can add multiple to the Gmail app. What you're going to do, come up to the upper right corner and tap on the little icon and come down to add another account. And then it will take you to the setup email screen. And here you'll need to select the type of account that you have. So if you have a Gmail or a Google account, you simply tap on Google. Same thing goes if it's a Yahoo or if it's an Outlook, you'll tap on the appropriate prompt. Now, once you select those, you'll simply put in your email address and your password, and it will give you access to that email account. However, if you have an account type that you don't see on the screen, for example, maybe you have an AOL email, or maybe you have a Verizon email or something very specific like at sbcglobal.net, something like that. Here's how you sign into those email types. Hit the home button, go to the Play Store, go to search, tap in the box that says search apps and games. On your keyboard, if you press the 1, 2, 3 in the bottom left corner and tap on the @ symbol, you then are going to type in whatever the address is of your email address. For example, if it's an AOL, you type at AOL.com. If it's sbcglobal.net, you type at sbcglobal.net. Whatever it is. Right now, there is an at AOL that's already showing up here, so I'm going to tap on that. And what this will do is it will recommend apps that you can use to sign into that email type. So there's actually a dedicated AOL email app that I can simply tap on install right here, and I can use this app to check my AOL emails. So that's just a note for those of you who didn't originally see your email type in this list. That is sort of a shortcut on how to find an app that will work with your email type. Okay. Let's hit our home button. So that's just a brief rundown of how to sign in to your email account. Now, I want to give you a quick walkthrough of just how the email app works. I just want to walk you through what you're seeing on the screen here. So this is my inbox, and this will show all the new emails that have come through. Now, if I want to create a new email, I'm going to tap on this compose button at the bottom. And first, you'll need to type in who the email address is to. So you could type in just a random email address. Let's say I want to send an email to people@aol.com. I'm going to just simply type in the email address in the to box. In the subject, I'm going to put hi. And then I'm going to tap where it says compose email. And then I'm going to type a message. Or I can hit that microphone. Hope you have a great day. So now I have the address of who I'm emailing, a subject, a message. And if I want to attach a picture, I can simply tap on this little paperclip to add a picture to the email or a file. And then I'm going to tap on this button here to send off the message. And that's really all you need to know about email. That's how you send it. Now, if you just want to check an email, you'll notice I have a few different emails that are already showing up in the list here. I can simply tap on one of these emails here, and I can basically look at the message of the email right here just by scrolling through. And after you scroll through, you can simply tap the reply button and you can start typing your message and then hit the send button right here to send off your reply. So that's a brief rundown of just the email app. Next, let's go over how to take pictures, and I'll give you just a rundown of the camera. The camera normally is located as a shortcut in the bottom right corner. If you don't see it there, you can swipe up and you'll find the camera right there in your app drawer. Let me first explain just the different options you'll see on the screen, and then we'll take a few pictures so you can see what it looks like. By default, it normally will start on photos, and this button in the center will be a little white button, and that is how you snap a picture. And if you want to take a video, you can tap on video, and this button will have a little red dot in the center. That's how you'll know you're on video. You're going to tap that button to start recording your video, and then you'll tap this button here if you want to snap a picture while you're recording a video. You can pause the video, keep it going. You can use this button to flip the camera. So guess what? Now we'll start recording from the front camera instead of the rear camera. And when you're all done, hit this button to stop the recording. And we can swipe back over to photos. You also have what is called portrait. Now, whenever you take a portrait picture, it's going to focus in on one main item and it's going to blur out the background of the picture. This is a really fun setting to use when you're taking a picture of a single person, because it will focus in on that person and blur out the background and give it a really nice effect. And a few other things to note. So this is how you will switch between your wide angle lens and just the regular lens. So the wide angle will let you have more in the shot, just like that. Let's flip the camera here. Let's say I want to take a picture of this leaf that's in the corner here. I'm just going to tap on this white button here, the shutter, to take the picture. And guess what? The shutter is really fast. You can take a bunch at one time. If I switch over to portrait, I can have it focus in, and this is sort of a tricky exercise because I have to focus in my camera in order for it to catch what's on the screen. But portrait will, again, it'll focus in on that main subject, which is the leaf, and it'll blur out the background. So that's a quick rundown of the camera, just how to take pictures. Now, after you take the pictures, if you want to look at the pictures you've just taken, you're going to tap on this button to the left. This will take you to all the pictures you've just taken, and you can scroll through and look at all the different pictures. And let's keep going. Let's keep going. We were taking some family pictures earlier. And if you want to zoom in on a picture, you can just put your finger on the screen and then just pinch open like this. And that will allow you to zoom in. You can see that beautiful quality that it captured on this leaf here. Now, another important thing to note, let's hit our home button. If you want to look at those pictures later, you would not go back to the camera to look at those pictures. You'd have to go to your gallery. So swipe up, swipe to your left, and look for the gallery. This is your gallery icon. This is how you look at all the pictures you've taken on the phone, and you can scroll through and see every picture you've taken. And this is also where you would want to share a picture. Maybe you say, I really like this picture here. I want to share it. I want to send it as a text or an email. You're going to tap on this button here, which is your share button. This will allow you to share it out. You'll just scroll through here and you'll select if you want to send it as a text message, a Gmail. You could post it on Instagram or even Facebook, or send it as a WhatsApp message just by tapping on that icon so it's ready to send. So that's a brief rundown of how to take videos, how to take pictures, and then where to find them after you've taken them later. All right, guys, we are getting close to the end of the video. The last thing I want to show you is how to make the text size larger so it's easier for you to read what's on the screen. Right now, my text size is pretty small, and that might not work for you. You may want it to be a little bit bigger. So to make it larger, we're going to swipe down from the top of the screen. Tap on the settings wheel in the upper right corner, display, go to font size and style. And this is our example text here. And if we want to make that text bigger, I can simply just tick up here, and this will continue to make the size of all the wording larger. Make it as large as you need to, or as small as you need to. You can also tap on the font style, and you can change how the text shows up on the screen with a slightly different font style. Now, after we finish, let's say we set it here. When I hit the home button, you'll notice all the words are larger now. So that's how you make the text bigger. And also, in the text messaging app, right here, you'll notice all the words are now larger as well. So hopefully that helps you guys out in just being able to read what's on the screen. Let's start with how to use two apps at one time. I want to watch YouTube and I want to browse the web at the same time. I'm going to swipe up at the home screen. I'm going to tap on the Google folder and go to YouTube. And I'm going to select this YouTube video here. I'm going to pause it. And now I'm going to hit the home button. And then I'm going to open up Google Chrome. And then I'm going to hit the home button. Next, I'm going to hit the recent apps button in the bottom left corner. Swipe over to YouTube. I want YouTube to be at the top of the screen. And I'm going to tap on the YouTube icon and tap on Open in Split Screen View. And now I'm going to tap on Google Chrome. Now I can play this video, let it run at the top, and now I can scroll through and I can do some shopping on the web or do some searching for deals, whatever. You'll have full access to your web browser while the video plays. Now this will also work in the landscape position as well. We can turn the phone this way and we can scroll through the web while that video plays. Now if you tap on the three dots in the center of the screen, you can switch, move the video here and the web here, just like this. We can also tap those three dots and hit the star, and we can save this app pairing to the home screen. Now, if I hit the home button, let's turn off the video. My pair is now saved to the home screen. I can always get back to that pair of apps simply by tapping on this icon. It'll open up and allow me to do my YouTube and browse the web at the same time. Number 2, let's go over how to keep your screen on longer so you don't have to touch the screen so often. Swipe down from the top of the screen, tap on the settings wheel in the upper right corner, go to display. From here, we're going to swipe up to screen timeout. Now, normally out of the box, it's going to be set to either 15 or 30 seconds. I like to have it on either 2 minutes or 5 minutes. It just helps so you don't have to touch the screen so often. You can also turn on keep screen on while viewing. And this way, the screen will monitor if you're looking at the phone. And if so, it will keep the screen on even longer than those 2 minutes. This is a super helpful tweak and you won't have to worry about touching the screen so often to keep it on. Number 3, on the right side of the phone, you'll have this little gray area. And when you swipe from the edge of the screen to the inside like this, it'll bring up what is called your app edge. And the app edge is a really cool menu that will allow you to set certain shortcuts to the apps that you use the most. All you have to do is tap on this little pencil, and this will allow you to drag or set specific apps that will show up in that menu. You'll notice that there is a little red minus in the left corner of all these apps. And by tapping that, I can remove certain apps from this menu. And if you remove enough of them, it will become a single menu. So it just depends on how many apps you want to have set as a shortcut. You can go through and you can say, hey, I like to play chess. I want to add chess as a shortcut. And you know what? I often have to set alarms for work. I'm going to add my clock here, so I always have a quick shortcut to it. And at the top here, if you hit on the 3 dots, you can make some adjustments to that menu. So for example, you can turn off show recent apps, and you can also turn off the names of the apps for a cleaner look. Just depends on how you want it to look. And again, we're just going to start from the edge of the phone and just swipe into the phone. And that's how you bring up this menu. Now, if you swipe again, so the menu is up and I swipe left, it will bring up what is called your people edge. And the people edge are basically contacts that are on your phone. You can set a shortcut so you can get right to specific people that you tend to contact frequently. And if you hit the edit button, you can then go through a list and you can then add and remove people. Now I've had to blur out the names because I just don't want these people's names to be on the screen. But when you open it up on your phone, it will look the same and will allow you to simply just tap on the contact and it will add it right in to the menu for you. All right, so that is your people edge and your app edge. So far, if you found the video helpful, if you've learned something new, make sure you bump that like button down below. At the end of the video, I'm going to ask you to let me know what was your favorite tip that I shared. So make sure before you exit the video, you at least leave a comment and let me know what your favorite tip was that I shared. Now next, I want to go over how to customize your phone. And we're going to long press on the home screen again. You go to wallpaper and style. This is simply how you change the background of the phone. You might have a picture that is saved on the phone that you want to change as your background. You can do that. You can tap on change wallpaper. You can look through all the stock wallpapers that come on the phone. You can look through your folders of pictures and things you have on the phone, and you can take one of your pictures and make it the background. Or you can go to creative, and in creative, you can actually use generative AI and you can create really nice, fresh, and fun wallpapers. Now here you'll find a list of some that have already been created. Or down here it says create something new. So I'm going to pick a category to start. I'm going to pick the lucent or translucent. And here I'm going to pick a few keywords and I'm going to create my own custom wallpaper just like this. Let's see. I want to do, let's do eucalyptus and let's change it to in cyan. And let's see what that generates. I'm going to tap generate or generative, press I agree, give it a few seconds, and it's going to create a brand new wallpaper that has never existed just from your keywords. Here we go. Here's a few options here. Pretty cool. Now maybe you like this, but you want to make some tweaks. So all we're going to do is tap on our keywords and just make some changes. Now, if we come back to the main screen here, we can pick a different category. Maybe instead of translucent, this time we pick painting. And we, again, change out any of these words that are highlighted will allow us to change them out for a different feel. So let's do a painting of a, let's see, I love beaches. And let's change the avant-garde to abstract, and for nothing else, let's change it to no, actually I want to keep it as nothing else. Let's see what this generates. Generative, or excuse me, generate. I love the idea that you can create a wallpaper that's never existed and have something really fun and unique on your phone. As we scroll through, these are really poppy, really fun, very bright. I think I'm going to go with this one. So look, I'm going to tap on the set button and I can have it as my lock screen and home screen or just my home screen. It's up to you. I think I'm going to make it just the home screen wallpaper. Let's hit next. This is a preview of what it'll look like. We can hit done. And now this is our brand new wallpaper. So a really fun feature that allows you to be creative and just create, you know, fun and exciting wallpapers. Next, let's go over a really cool new AI feature that is stock on all the new S24 models. This is called the circle to search feature. And with it, we can simply bring up a picture of anything and we can simply hold down on our home button like this. It'll bring up this menu and you simply circle the thing that you want Google to search for you and find. Give it a few seconds. And what we see here is this picture is an SSD bundle pack that is available at Newegg. And so here, if you're a fan of the show Lies of P, they made a special edition external SSD drive from SK Hynix. And so these are the options here. So I can tap on visit to go right to the website, and then it will take me right to that product. And guess what? Within a few taps, I can buy this product. Moving on, let's go over how to launch your camera quickly from any screen on the phone, even if the phone is asleep. This is called the quick launch camera feature. You're going to tap on the power button 2 times like this. By tapping the power button twice, it will automatically launch the camera. This will also work even if the phone is asleep. And if you have a fingerprint or a password set on the phone, double tapping on that home button or that power button, will launch the camera and allow you to never miss those important moments. Now, if you're someone who doesn't take a lot of pictures and you say, hey, that's cool, but like, I don't take a lot of pictures, I really don't care about that feature, I would much rather that button be able to launch a different app for me. Well, that's what I'm going to go over next. If we swipe down from the top of the screen, now, okay, I want you to just really quickly, in case you've missed this, when you swipe down, it's going to give you a different menu depending on if you swipe from the left of the camera or the right of the camera. If I swipe from the left, it looks like this. If I swipe from the right, it looks like this. So just keep that in mind. It will show you different things. If you swipe from the left, it's not going to show you the power button. From the right, it will show you the power button, which is right here. In case you didn't know, this is how you turn the phone off. But it also will take you to some additional settings, and the specific one I want to call out is the side button settings. And with this settings option, it will allow you to change what happens when you double tap on the power button. So right now it's set to open the camera, but if I switch it to open app, now I can have it launch a specific app when I double tap on that power button. So maybe you say, I would much rather it launch Instagram. Well, let's do it. Let's hit the home button now. Double tap that power button. And now it's going to launch Instagram instead of the camera. So that's just another way to use that feature. If, again, you're someone who really doesn't take a lot of pictures and you'd rather it just launch a very specific app for you instead. Moving on, let's talk about how do you launch the Google Assistant on the Samsung Galaxy S24. Well, you used to launch it on previous models by holding down the home button. Not anymore. Now you swipe from the corner like this, and that will bring up your Google Assistant. Now it's up. I just need to tap on the microphone. It will start listening. Hey Google, can you set a timer for 2 hours? There you go. And now our timer is set. So you simply swipe from the edge of the phone. And if you notice, it works from the left or the right. Just swiping from the edge to the center of the screen. And now your Google Assistant is up. Now, I normally use the Google Assistant for the most basic things. I'm going to be totally honest. I use it for launching, timers for when I'm doing laundry. I use it for setting alarms for when I have to wake up early for a meeting, or I'll use it to check the score of a sports game, or I'll use it if I want to see, hey, when does this sports team play again? So I use it for very basic things, but I do want to show you this really cool thing you can use it for that most people don't even know. So watch this. Hey Google, can you remember my locker combination? It's 10, 12, and 33. So I just basically asked Google, hey, I want you to remember this for me so that, guess what? In a few months when I go to the gym and I haven't used my locker in a while, I will know what the combination is. Now watch this. Hey Google, what was my locker combination? And look at that. 10, 12, and 33. Now imagine using this for more useful things like, hey, your anniversary or your kids' birthdays or really important anniversaries. Obviously, these are things you can put on your calendar, but it's also another thing you can ask Google to simply remember for you, and then just ask it later, hey, what is this? And it will bring it up for you. So pretty cool. I've been using this a lot more. Next, let's go over what's called the one-handed mode, which will allow you to use the phone with one hand, and it shrinks the screen down and makes it easier to reach everything on the screen with one hand. So we're going to swipe down from the top of the screen, tap on the settings wheel in the upper right corner. We're going to go all the way up to advanced features. And then from here, we're going to go to one-handed mode. And I have mine currently turned on, and mine is set to button. And so what that means is when I tap my home button 2 times, it will switch to the one-handed mode, which makes it easier to reach everything on screen. Now, that may not work for all of you. You may like the gesture option better. Now, with the gesture option, you simply swipe down on the home screen and does the same thing. Or not the home screen, excuse me. You swipe down on the home button, just basically swiping over the button like this. So either way, it's a really useful feature, and it will allow you when you're holding the phone to just reach things much easier. And when you're done, you just tap on the outer edge of the screen and it will take you out of the one-handed mode. Now, hey, if you haven't hit that like button yet, come on now. I know I've gone over something that you don't know yet, so make sure you hit that like button and show some love. I really appreciate it, and it will help the video get pushed out to more people. Next, I want to show you a tweak that's going to help you keep your phone moving nice and fast and smooth. This is going to be a device button that you're going to add on screen that's going to basically clear your RAM and anything running in the background of your phone. Take your finger, hold down the home screen for about 1 second. It's going to bring up these 4 menu options at the bottom here. We're going to tap on widgets. Next, we're going to swipe up and go to device care, which is right here. Tap on this drop down arrow. And you have 2 different options of how this can look. The cleanest way is to simply use this option here, which is you hold down on it, drag it to your home screen. And when you tap it, it will run a quick optimization on your phone, and then it will give you a pop-up. 1.7 gigs of memory freed up. Hold down the home screen and tap on, instead of wallpapers and style, tap on themes. And here we can look at themes that have already been created. Now, there's always an update the first time you open it, and I forgot to do that update, but normally it's really quick, so don't worry. We're already ready to go right back in, and now we can look through the wallpapers. And you'll look at just tons of pre-created themes. Now, one thing to note, there are themes, just wallpapers, there are icon packs, and there's always on clock. So there's a few different things you'll find in this section. What is the difference between a theme and a wallpaper? Well, a wallpaper is just a background for the phone. A theme will change everything on the phone, the colors. So let's say I select this theme right here. Watch as I scroll through. It's going to change my lock screen, my dialer, my text message screen, and my notification panel. Everything is going to change to that theme, even my keyboard. So the themes are really fun because it changes everything and it gives your phone a really fun and refreshing look. And if you're going for that, great. However, if you're looking for something a bit simpler, then just go with the wallpapers. Now, check this out. Let's go to wallpapers. And if you go to top and you go to all, you can change it to free. I always say, try to look through and see what's available free first before you spend money. You might find something you like and you won't have to, add any money. So I always check the free stuff first and then we kind of see what happens. I really like this option here. As I mentioned earlier, I like beaches. So that was a quick download. I could hit apply. I can add it to my lock screen and my home screen, or just my lock screen. I'm going to add it to both. This is a preview of what it'll look like. Hit done. And just that easy, now I have a new wallpaper on the phone. So this is a great place to look to customize your phone and just make it fun. Sometimes people buy the phones for their entire family, and so everybody has the same phone. It's hard to differentiate whose phone is whose. Well, this is how you kind of create that differentiation, is everyone having a different wallpaper or a different theme. Moving on, let's talk about the kids mode feature. When you swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again, and you swipe left, tap on kids. This will take you into what is called the Samsung Kids app. This is a lockdown section of the phone where you can set a code, right? And then you can hand the phone to your kids and they will only have access to the apps that are in this section. So, hey, you go to this section, you pass them the phone, guess what? They cannot just get out of it unless they know your PIN code. So this is a great way to occupy your kids, especially for the short term. Now, there are some kid apps that are already built in here. Now, I encourage you, open this up for the first time and set it up. You don't want to pass it to your kids and you haven't downloaded any of the games yet. So just hit the arrow and this will, you'll have to agree, obviously, to the Samsung store. You'll install. And for each one, you'll just simply hit install. They're very kid-friendly apps that they can play for just about any age. If you hit the three dots in the upper right corner, you can tap on the add and edit apps option. And this is great if there is a specific app that you want them to have access to that's not already here. Let me show you what this looks like. I'm going to hit the plus. And from here, let's say you add YouTube. Now, for you parents with young kids, I would encourage you to download YouTube Kids. Don't just put the regular YouTube app because there's just so much that they could stumble onto by accident. For the sake of the demonstration, I'm going to add YouTube. But for you guys, I strongly encourage you, just put in the YouTube Kids app. Some other apps I'd recommend are PBS Kids. There's so many great learning apps, ABC Mouse. You can have those preloaded and ready to go. So once they get in this section, they will be able to only access those apps you want them to be able to see. This cuts down on them making calls to people you don't want them calling, deleting important messages, or seeing things that are private that you don't want kids' eyes to see. All right. Now, when you're ready to get out of this section and back to the main screen, you hit the back button. It'll bring up into your PIN. You'll enter that PIN and you'll be out of kids mode. I'll be using a cable for this first demonstration, and this is going to be a Type-C to a HDMI cable. Now, I'm going to flash on the screen really quickly. This is where you can purchase that cable. It's on Amazon. If you're going to go this route, you'll want to purchase the longest option possible, depending on how far your TV is from where you sit. If you're in a living room and your TV is far away, you're going to need at least a 10 or even longer cable. Now, I'm going to slide the phone over here because I'm going to show you right here so you can see exactly what it's going to look like on the TV as I'm making the connection. There's some things you need to be aware of when we make the connection. So I just want to walk you through exactly how to set this up. All right, so we can see our TV screen right here. I'm going to go ahead and connect the cable to the bottom. And obviously on your TV, you'll want to make sure that your TV is on, and you'll want to make sure that you are on the HDMI port that your cable is plugged into. So I'm going to just switch over here. So now I am on the input that my cable is connected to. You're going to see this pop up for something called Samsung DeX. Now, this is just a feature of the S24 that allows you to turn your phone into a full desktop computer. Now, this video isn't about that, so we're going to click this away. I just want you to be aware that this is the first thing that'll pop up whenever you connect a Type-C to HDMI cable. We're going to hit start, and you're going to see this DeX option pop up on the TV. Now, to get this to go away, you'll simply need to swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again, and tap on the DeX button. And when you turn that off, that'll go away. And now you'll be able to see just your phone on the TV. And now everything you do on the phone is going to show up on the TV. Now, this is a great option if you are trying to show your gameplay on a bigger TV. It's also a great option if you're trying to do a demonstration and maybe teach someone how to use an app or how to use their phone. It's great for that. It's also great if you have pictures from a trip and you're simply trying to show the pictures quickly on a screen. But it's not the most ideal method if you're trying to show, for example, a video on YouTube or a video on like Hulu or Netflix. So I'm going to end this section. I'm going to simply unplug this cable, and you'll see once you unplug it, the TV is going to, stop mirroring. Now we're going to switch our TV to a different input. We're going to move on to the second section of the video, which is going to be how to mirror your screen to a Chromecast. What is a Chromecast? A Chromecast is a little dongle that you plug in the back of your TV. And this is going to basically make any HD TV compatible for you to mirror your screen or send things from your phone to the TV. Now, disclaimer, you will need Wi-Fi to make this work. So if you don't have Wi-Fi, obviously this method is not going to work. So just, disregard it. If you don't have a Chromecast, no problem. There's a little shopping cart you'll see on this side of the screen. If you tap on that shopping cart, you'll see a link to a Chromecast you can purchase. They're really inexpensive. They're around $30. And again, you just plug it in, connect it to Wi-Fi, and then make sure your phone is on Wi-Fi as well. And then I can easily just open up a YouTube video. First, I'm going to turn my volume down here. And let's go ahead and find a video to show. I'm going to go to this video. Okay, I'm going to first pause it. Obviously, a commercial is going to come up, which is great. Let's skip that commercial. I'm going to pause the video. I'm then going to tap on this cast icon at the top of the screen. And here it's going to display all the compatible devices that I would be able to mirror my phone screen to. Now, in this case, my Chromecast is named DIN TV. So I'm going to tap on DIN TV. Now I'm going to give it a couple of seconds to make the connection. And you'll see YouTube is going to pop up on the screen. And then here's our video. It's playing. And guess what? Now I can hit the home button, and now I can go to text messages. I can make a phone call. I can basically use my phone like normal, and the video is going to play uninterrupted on the TV. That's why I love this option so much, because you can still use your phone like normal, and you can have your content displayed on the TV. So again, this is the more ideal option if your goal is to just play a video or a movie from your phone. I would say do it this way. Now, when you swipe down from the top of your phone here, you can interact with the video. You can pause it. There's a little slider where you can control, you can fast forward it, rewind the video. And then when you're all done watching that video, just simply tap on the pop-up. It'll take you back to YouTube. And give it a second. It's just finishing up the connection here. You're going to tap on the video and then tap on that little cast icon and hit disconnect. And that will stop the phone from mirroring your screen to the TV. So just that easy, we were able to mirror our phone right to the, our video to the TV, but still use our phone to do all the normal things that we would use it for. So that's how to wirelessly mirror. And again, you'll see a shopping cart right here. You can tap for a link for that Chromecast. Now, the third option, I'm not going to spend a ton of time on because there's a much smaller niche of people that this applies to, but I want to just briefly go over it. So if you have a Samsung Smart TV and you have Wi-Fi, you can use another feature called Samsung Smart View. You'll simply swipe down from the top of the screen, swipe down again, and tap on this Smart View option in the corner. We're going to hit continue. And this will show a list of compatible devices that you'll be able to mirror your phone to. And again, it really works the best with Samsung TVs. It also, it can work with other smart TVs, but it really works the best with Samsung TVs. And to get the best experience, you really do need Wi-Fi. So if you have a Samsung Smart TV, definitely try out this feature. And it is another really cool option that will allow you to mirror your phone screen to the TV. I'm going to go ahead and jump back to our home screen and slide that phone back to the center. This is the end of our video, guys, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. Are you the type of person that would prefer to just buy the cable and connect directly? Or are you the person that would prefer to do it wirelessly using a Chromecast or the SmartView option? Drop in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what option would work best for your setup. The first thing you'll need to do is hold down on your power and your volume down button for 1 second and then let it go. This will trigger a screenshot. Here we go. Power, volume down, hold, let it go. You'll see the screen flash. Tap on the bubble at the bottom. And then it will ask you which app you want to edit the photo in. I normally like to do it in the gallery. Hit just once. Now here's my picture here, and I can simply hit the pencil if I want to crop the picture, and then I can drag from the corners to adjust which part of the picture is cropped. And then from there, I can access some other controls here, filters and different things like that. I can write on the picture if I go all the way to here. And you have an AI option here. A lot of cool things you can do. When you're all done, you're going to hit the save button in the upper right corner. And it'll ask you if you want to keep that current resolution or if you want to increase it. I'm going to increase it a bit. And then when it's done, we can access this photo in our gallery. Now, I can actually, from here, I can print this photo by going to the upper right corner, tapping on the 3 dots. And tapping on the print button. Now, a couple of things to note with printing. First thing, you will need a wireless printer, and you will need Wi-Fi to do this. So I'm currently connected to Wi-Fi already. So if I tap select a printer, this little drop down right here, it's going to show my Canon printer right here. I'm going to simply tap it. And if I then tap this drop down right here, I can change how many copies print. If I want it to be color or black and white, I can change the letter size, orientation, all these cool options here. And then I'm going to tap on this print button to send it to the printer. Now, I'm going to link the current printer that I'm using, which is an Epson printer. Now, I'm going to link to a newer printer because the printer I'm using now is outdated. There's a newer printer that's really reasonable in price. And I'll link that on the screen right here and also link in the description if you're looking for just a really simple wireless printer to be able to print from your phone. Now, this was how to print a picture. I'm going to back out of this. And if I back out again, here we go. Now, I want to go to my gallery, which is right here. And I can pick any other picture and I can do the exact same thing. I can simply just select it. And then I can tap the 3 dots there and print. So that's how easy it is to print a picture. Now, if you want to print an email, I'm going to go to Gmail. And I already have an email already open here. I want to print this. I'm going to go to the upper right corner, tap on the 3 dots, and go to print. Follow the same exact steps I just showed you to print this email. And then if I want to print a web page, I'm going to hit the home button. I'm going to go to Google Chrome. I already have a web page that's open. And let's say I want to print this page. I'm going to go to the upper right corner, tap on these 3 dots. Now, guess what? Where is that print button? It was on screen for the other page I showed you. Well, it's a little different when you print a web page. First thing you need to do is go to Share. And then when you go to Share, you'll tap the print button that's right here. And that'll take you to the print settings. Sometimes it will take a few seconds as it has to bring up the web page first, but all the pages are loaded. And you can actually uncheck a page. Maybe you don't want the 4th page to print, just uncheck it. Oh, 3rd page, uncheck it. I only want page 2 and page 1. So I'm going to keep those 2 checked. And then you're going to tap that print button after you select the printer you want to use. You'll tap the print button and it'll send right to the printer. And today I want to walk you through what to do if your touchscreen is not working properly or not responding. There's a little trick called a soft reset. You're going to hold a few buttons on the side to trigger this reset. It will turn the phone off and turn it back on. And in most cases, this will fix any issues you're having with the screen. Let's jump right into it. What you'll want to do is hold down on the power and the volume down button until the entire screen goes dark. As soon as it goes dark, you're going to let go of the buttons and give the phone a few seconds to restart itself. Let's give it a try. Power, volume down. It will take you to this screen. Continue to hold the buttons. And there we go. It is dark. We let go of the buttons here. And in most cases, triggering this restart should fix any issues you're having. And that's if the issue you're having is a software-related issue. Now, if you dropped your phone, cracked your screen, or you're noticing maybe lines in your screen, then this probably is not going to fix that. So in the event that triggering this has not fixed your issue, the next thing I recommend is finding a local service and repair center or local cell phone shop in your area. Take it to them, have them look at the screen, try to test it and diagnose it. It could be a situation where your screen needs to be replaced. Now, obviously, all phones do have a manufacturer warranty. So obviously, if you're within 1 year and you haven't cracked the screen, your next bet would be going to Samsung.com and to support, and then checking in with their support to figure out how to go about getting your phone diagnosed for potential replacement. So that's what you need to do there. I want to give a quick plug to this awesome wallpaper that I downloaded from the app Backdrop. It's a free app you can download, and it has all kind of really cool high-res wallpaper, so definitely check that out. I want to show you how to reset your Samsung Galaxy S24 back to factory settings. The first thing you'll need to do, swipe down from the top of the screen. In the upper right corner, you're going to tap on the settings wheel. From here, you want to go up to accounts and backup. And the first thing you have to do is you always have to remove your Google account. So tap manage accounts, tap on your Google account and hit remove. Now, if you have multiple Google accounts, you got to remove them all. And the reason for this is if you don't, you're going to screw the phone up for the next person who uses it, because Google is going to ask for the password for that Google account before anyone else can sign in and use the phone. So you got to remove that. That's so important. Now, all the way at the bottom of the screen here, there is the reset button. You're going to tap on reset. And from here, swipe up, and you're going to hit factory data reset. Swipe up, hit reset again. It will ask you to put in whatever your PIN code was. I just did an easy one just to get it going. And hit delete all. Give it a couple of seconds, and now the phone is going to go right into its factory data reset mode. And this can take usually about 2 to 5 minutes, depending on how much data you have on the phone. It's going to completely wipe the phone. It'll restart a couple of times, and you'll know the reset was complete, because the last thing you will see is a screen that will say choose a language. So hope you guys found this helpful. If it was, bump that like button down below. And if you're in the market for a really cool pair of headphones, I just picked up these JLabs earbuds right here. And these are really cool, really unique design. It doesn't have a closed case, it's open. But on the bottom here, you actually have the charging cable, so you don't need to have any extra cables with you. Simply plug it up to your computer, give it a quick charge, and you're good to go. So if you're in the market for some inexpensive headphones, these are under $30 and surprisingly have some really good bass. So I'll drop a link in the description. At the very top, you'll see a link that says awesome Bluetooth headphones for under 30 bucks. These are those, so make sure you check them out. And thanks again for watching. Take care, and as always, have a good one.